Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 2 of the Subpar Podcast filled with all your favorite memers who just so happen to be friends. We've got Subpar Powerlifting memes, Jew Boy Gains, memes.to.depth, and some bald idiot. So make sure you hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you have not already. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the uploads on our channel. We upload a video every Monday. I think that's it. Let's get into it. You said you wanted to talk about Yuri Belkin first, Dylan.
Yeah, but first we gotta change our name to the Subpar Podcast.
Wait, why?
Because that's what you called it.
Podcast.
I said that? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay.
I said, welcome to the Subpar Podcast.
We'll roll with it. It's
like I said,
we'll roll with it. Yeah.
Bald idiot.
Bald idiot.
On the same topic, I want to point out that we have our Discord called the Subpar Podcast. I don't know who.
That's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah, we're all mess.
Change
Only the best
nickname?
production quality.
No, I can't do that right on. Okay. Somebody reached out to me. They basically said like, yeah, your audio sucked. Like, come on, guys, we're on Discord. We don't live in the same state.
We're trying our best here.
Hey, at least the microphone I have is on this time.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that whole.
I mean, it sounds like shit, but it's on.
Yeah, we're making small upgrades. Like Jacob's got a microphone, Jack's got his microphone, Dylan's on his laptop. It sounds better in our ears. I hope it sounds better in your guys' ears. But okay, Yuri Belkin.
Probably not.
All right, yeah, let's get on to the topic. So Yuri Gate is what everyone's calling it, apparently.
So controversial.
Which I think it's a bit of a stretch. I don't think in the grand scheme of things, I don't think anything's going to happen out of what he did. No one cares.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, it's a bunch of 100-follower pages getting mad at him. I don't think he cares. He probably will never address it, but it's still funny, so we'll talk about it. I just think that it's... See, I don't even know if he was, like, being, like, a coomer about it and just like look at it and just like, oh my god, look at this lifter, this girl's ass, oh my god. No, it seemed more like he was like shitting on her for taking that angle and just being like, hey, be more professional. That's what I got out of it. That's the tone I got out.
Coomer about it because I read it as angel, not angle. I was like,
yeah.
I thought he said, so long as angels like this exist, you're going to get reposts. And I was like, oh, he's just a creepy Russian dude trying to flirt.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
And,
I thought there was a language barrier.
But then I realized I'm fucking dyslexic.
I see it as him being like, hey, if you want to be taken seriously as a lifter, stop doing this. Which is an interesting point to make. But, yeah, that did not go over well at all.
He basically records from the same angle, so like.
Right.
If he was trying to make that
below
point,
the barbell. That's the difference.
If he was trying to make that point, he should at least try to be respectful about it and not look like an ass up front. And just put it in a very sexist way. Yeah, it was kind of uncalled for. But
no,
I think what's really funny is that. Go ahead.
You go ahead, Jacob.
Oh yeah, sorry. For real, what he was doing was just saying you only get reposts because you film from this angle and you will continue to get them as long as you do, which is wildly dismissive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I get that, that's bad.
And it is funny that he does record from the same angle, and then I think Spaghetti and Sarms just posted a video of him doing hip thrusts. And it's like a front on, and you just see his junk, and he's just in there spreading his legs. And like, the double standard is insane. I don't even.
Yeah.
So, slight clown moment for Yuri. He'll probably recover from it.
I don't think anyone really cares. He's deadlifting 1,000 pounds on the reg. I think that's what most people care about.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen
don't really care about the morals of top level athletes. It's more just like, hey, you do this shit, and we're gonna watch it.
There's been so much worse that has gone completely out of people's minds in like the matter of 2 days. I can think of a few examples of some awful things that have happened. What?
Didn't Bill Kazmaier like?
Oh, it was so much worse.
Yeah, Like,
Wait, who's Bill Kazmaier?
I don't think
And what did he do, Phil? Said?
he was a big strongman powerlifter, like from like the 80s or 70s, I think.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure he messaged like an underage girl or something, or like he harassed some girls. Dylan knows it.
I
think.
don't know what the age of the woman, but he was just like he was coming on to this girl, and she was not having it. And then now and she basically like put all this stuff on her story later, but after that happened, he was just shitting on her on every single one of her lifting videos.
Oh, jeez.
After she basically rejected him. It was bad, and no
that's
one
bad,
really
that's
cares.
bad.
That's not a good
I don't
look.
think
I mean, at this point, Bill has some serious senile energy, so I think people will give him the benefit of the doubt. But he makes Louis look very present. And that's saying a lot. So I think people just, he's just a dirty old man, and they just let it go for some reason. It's bad. But yeah.
You
I think
got
you're
that?
gonna
I don't
get
think
shit
I've seen
on
it.
for not knowing. Drew, I think people are gonna get pissed that you didn't know who Bill Kazmaier was.
Hey, I don't know who a lot of people are. Like they'll. I'm such a bad like fitness memer because they'll mention some bodybuilder, like some just very well known, like want a bunch of shit bodybuilder, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea. Like the powerlifters I know mostly are like my friends.
Fair enough.
I'm so bad with the famous lifters too.
Yeah.
I mean, Subpar's always so up to date. Like I can't compete with that
Yes,
because like
you're-
the Yuri thing, he was on top of that.
A lot of your
He's
memes,
there,
Dylan,
man.
I have to like look up to like hold on, who's this? What did he do? And I have to pretend I know, and then I like it. I'm like, okay, now I know. I'm all caught up.
I'm lucky because I just have enough people that, like, even though if it's a super like either dated or like new reference that people don't know about, there's
Mhm.
just enough people to get it going, and then everyone else is just gonna like it because they want to pretend like they know what's going on.
Hey, I'm part of that sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking pretend I'm up to
Yeah,
date,
I'll admit it.
like it. Yeah, what an
The amount
idiot!
of-
I can't believe you said that.
You know you're up to date when you get 50 context question mark comments on
Context,
every meme you make.
context.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna start
no,
leaving
my
paragraphs.
least favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, let's
My
go and
least
move
favorite
on.
thing in the world is when people comment on posts either I don't get it or explain. It wasn't meant for you. Move on. And furthermore, why on the internet would you willingly tell the masses that you don't get something? You're just gonna get ridiculed.
Yeah.
I
Either
never seen a
like the
comment.
meme and
I
make
get
people
a
think
comment.
you know and move on, or not.
Yeah, I get a comment because like then someone else who knows what's going on can explain it to you. But when they DM me, I don't
Yeah.
get this joke. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like if I explain the joke to you, it's not gonna be funny. So
Yeah,
just
exactly.
move on with your life. I don't know what to do with you.
The only
I
thing
don't know
sick,
what to
like-
do with you. I'm
Also,
sorry.
screw people who will say, "Oh, well, I don't think that joke's that funny," after you explain it. Well, no shit. I had to explain it to you. You're not gonna laugh.
Exactly.
I
Like
had to
it's
walk
not
you
funny
through
if you
it
have to explain the
logically,
joke.
step by step.
Like imagine being at a live like a stand-up comedy show and then like raising your hand like I didn't get that one. Can you run that one back? Like
Exactly. Can you explain that? I know you have 15 minutes, but I want to know who's pressed to like understand the complex backing of a meme. Like when I see a meme and don't get, you know what I do? I move my thumb an inch and keep scrolling. I don't go, what's this about? I don't understand.
yeah, it's not that deep, guys. Just enjoy the silly
you don't
picture.
have to know what's going on all the time.
Like a lot of your
See, if there's
history
a meme I
memes.
genuinely don't get.
Like the history memes.
If there's a
He's
meme
got a
I
history
genuinely
page.
don't get,
Yeah, I just started doing that again.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of
Subpar
them, but
history
I still
memes
laugh.
underscore.
Like they're still funny to me. Like the picture's still funny. Like idiot, dude. I'm just an idiot. Like oh, this is. I think this is about Julius Caesar. I don't know.
To be fair, the history memes I make are a little complex just because I'm tired of seeing the same World War II meme everywhere. Like, when the Germans showed up behind the French, oh my god. Like, I know it's not funny anymore. We got to think of something new. I know, like, most people aren't going to get it, but that's kind of how history is. It's a pretty niche, like, hobby to get into.
So German behind the
German
French
C
is-
shotgun.
That's Tren. That's Tren Sumo.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Surrender memes are the
Germans.
French surrender memes are the trend memes of.
Yeah,
of
even
history.
I see those. Oh, you got
We
another
used to
topic? up
belittle
there,
the
Dylan?
French, and then
Yeah, we can go ahead and move on to talking about woke trainers
Okay.
like
Jack.
Goda
woke
and
trainers.
Joel Seedman and yeah,
Oh,
And squat you? Is that you said that?
Squat You, yeah.
we're putting them in that bunch.
Them.
Uh-oh.
I think
gotta-
Squat You. I'll give Squat You some credit real quick. He's not in the same sphere as Seedman and Goda. They're on a whole another level, and like
Oh,
I don't
dude.
know, Real Game Athletics is another one. They're in this.
We could spend the
God.
whole podcast talking shit about Seedman. I hate that guy.
Oh my god.
Can we just
Let's-
say?
let's watch-
Can we just see how
No, Jack,
Joel
go
Seedman's
ahead.
profile picture looks like a face pasted onto another guy's body?
It does.
Like you
Yeah.
look in, and it did not look like it's him.
He's just like
Like I want to,
Yo, dude, I gotta.
I want to give him benefit of the doubt, but like his face is like 10 times as bright as the body he's on. They didn't even like fix that.
I want to know how he has so many followers when he just posts NFL bench warmers doing quarter squats. Like, what is entertaining about that?
They're doing.
Oh,
Dude,
is
recently
not.
a few
informative?
of them became free agents. I think they got cut from the practice squad
Oh shit, F.
because he went from referring to them as pro athletes to free agents.
Oh, dude.
So I gotta imagine they got cut
They
from
got
the practice.
dropped. They got dropped. He has one really high level lifter who's in baseball, I think, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've seen him. Is that Austin
And
Meadows?
baseball strength conditioning has always been like that anyway, so it's nothing new.
But
Yeah.
like he has them quarter squatting, and then like he'll also have them do like a Bulgarian split squat with like a chain over their like shoulders and like a band hooked to their hip, like connected to their like he's got them doing such weird shit. Like there's got to be a better way, dude. Like there's got to be an easier way to do whatever it is you're trying to do.
I think it's funny that his
How long-
physique athletes are just these people who stay lean year round, but their legs are the same size as their arms.
Yes, they don't like none of them look good. Like they just look like regular people.
Do you
Rectangle
remember
build.
when he posted? Do you remember when he posted a throwback to when he squatted wrong, which was just him squatting to depth, and he had these like big fucking King Kong thighs, right? And
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
and
his
my
legs are
thighs
much
got
bigger.
bigger and my squat got stronger, and he flips to now, and his thighs are like half the size.
And he's like
Can you
squatting
watch
half
your
the
own
weight.
video,
Atrophy.
man?
And he
Yeah, we
brags
actually
about
squatted.
getting stronger when he switched to the 90 degrees. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
no, you just decreased the ROM. Of course you got stronger.
It's not even 90 degrees. It's like, let me think. Oh god, it's so bad. It's like 120 degrees.
I read his shit.
It's 90 degrees if you go by the inside, like calf to hamstring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just looking for the joint specifically. It's not in relation to like the surface, like the ground that you're squatting on.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just like whatever. Like if it's like this, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But like
Yeah,
you
but
know,
he
like
doesn't
it's
even do the angle
Yeah, I
that
know what you
matters.
mean.
Like the angle that would matter would be like your shin bone to the top of your thigh, right? Or more importantly, like your shin bone to your femur, so like somewhere in the middle of the thigh, right?
Mhm.
But he does. It's almost like he does calf to hamstring, so it takes nothing.
I
Yeah.
I
It's
imagine
pretty
he lives
impressive
his
that he can-
he just lives his life in like 90 degrees only. Like he only moves in like 90 degrees. He's just like this all the time.
Do you remember the Joel
doesn't
Seedman
grab something,
toilet
he's just
meme I
like-
made?
Wait, what did
Got a
you make?
package again.
Oh, I memed him, or I took a picture of him doing one of his quarter squats. I cut him out and put him in a bathroom just over a toilet,
Yep.
and made it like breaking news: Joel Seedman refuses to use toilets. Can't break 90 degrees.
Can you
Oh,
hold on?
man.
I was so proud of him.
After the podcast, can you send that to the chat again? Because I want to see it
Yeah,
again.
yeah, okay. I think
Okay.
that's my favorite of all time.
Who else is a woke trainer? Who else is a woke trainer that we need to
We
air
can
out?
talk about Goda, greatest athlete
Thought
of all
about
time, or something like that. Oh my god.
I gotta look this up because I don't.
Doesn't he like try to
please
get the
look
feet
up.
in
I
instead of
I
like
want to see
out?
live reactions
Yeah.
to what they do. But basically, their whole system is almost entirely lower body focused, and it's focused on preventing injuries. And the idea is that you need to keep the foot in a pronated, like position at all times, basically. So when they lift, they get on angled blocks and have their legs at a certain angle. And the idea is that if you turn your foot in, that increases the risk of knee injury. That's the whole system is making sure that they stay in that kind of outward knee travel position at all times.
Wait,
It's really funny.
they want the foot pronated
Like that. Like,
all the time.
Like out. All the time.
Oh wait,
All
oh
the
like
time.
that.
When you
Like they got
when they
rickets.
out. Yeah, so maybe I don't
Supinated. That would be supinated, right?
Supinated. Yeah,
But still.
supinated. You're right. I knew I was getting it wrong, but I just kind of went with it. But yeah, that's all the time. But just like this. And you and you watch their videos, and they just do an analysis of people's walking gait. And they always when they see an athlete that they like, they always take when they're stepping forward, because that's when people tend to supinate their foot.
Uh-huh.
And then when they have an athlete they don't like, they have it with their leg going back, because that's when people tend to pronate their foot. And they're just talking about how, like, oh yeah, this person's got an ACL tear because they turned their foot in. It's insane. It's like a level conspiracy theory that I can't
They
even
cherry pick all of
wrap my
these
head around.
athletes, and they cherry pick all these videos of athletes, and they'll like find the best athletes and just cycle through video after video until they find one that they can put little green lines on to make it look like their style of gait. And then they'll go and take another athlete and be like, oh, well, this guy who gets injured a lot, and then just find a picture where it looks like he's going onto the inside edge of his foot. Like, see, this is how he does it all the time. Every single time he gets on the field, this is him. We can prove it with this one picture that we put red lines on.
And you know how babies tend to be bow-legged, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they like to focus on that, and they say that's the natural way you need to have your legs, because that's what babies do.
But babies are just
That is their
fucking learning
logic.
how to walk.
That is their logic.
A huge portion of their philosophy based on like analyzing some native tribe of runners in Africa. I remember going on their website once, and I saw pictures of barefoot African tribal people running. And I'm like, see, this is how every athlete ever can run.
They don't even address how the fact that they're running barefoot, and that automatically changes your entire mechanics of your leg.
Yeah.
Jack,
You
wanted to
base
get
something off
something?
of babies who poop like 2 times in their pants a day, then go ahead. But like, I don't.
Peak
Yeah,
athlete.
valid.
You're not a true athlete. You have a soft spot in the middle of your head.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. TB12 shits his pants twice a day at least.
Hey, that
You
man
can
is a
also
goat.
tell. You can tell when their personal bias gets in the way, and like who they're a fan of gets in the way, because they'll pick like one of the best athletes ever, and they'll say his movement's terrible, and you can tell it's just because they don't like him and they're a fan of some other athlete. Like I think one time they had like either Stephen Curry or LeBron, I can't remember who it was, but they were digging into him. You can just tell it's because they didn't like the team. It was so funny.
I'm like, I don't know this. You guys need to send me this page. Like I haven't seen this page before.
Hold on, I'm
It
gonna
sounds
send it to you right
ridiculous.
now.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's
I'm
Yoda
gonna
underscore
find it.
loco or something.
Yeah,
They have
Because-
a few pages, and each one of their trainers is just as ridiculous.
Because they're saying
I'm honestly shocked. I haven't been blocked by them yet, to be honest.
you need to live in foot supination in order to prevent knee injuries,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that probably has something to do with knee injuries. Like if you're leaning towards one side. I'm not like a rocket surgeon, so like I don't know exactly.
Rocket surgeon.
I think their premise is that the outside edge of, or like the fucking lateral side of the ankle is stronger than the medial side. So
not?
that side should bear all of the weight all of the time.
Why not just have
Doesn't
them-
the coach for
That's how
Goda-
support structures work.
Doesn't the coach for Goda not even look like he runs at all? Like, so why does he even have to worry
He's
about
like,
this?
So, dude,
280 pounds,
He-
no muscle.
the one coach
It's
is like
backwards.
short and fat.
I forgot to make my I forgot to flip my camera, but this is like super Goda, rip Goda bow, Goda. Like what is this? Goda.
It's
Oh,
like-
is that
it's
somebody
like a
that died? Did I just make fun of somebody that died?
What?
It says R.I.P.
You might have.
I think I'm an asshole. Okay, I'm gonna go through that off when we're done recording.
Yeah. No, the whole page looks like some sort of QAnon conspiracy page. It's just random circles and writing, and then just like
And, like, green and red
paragraph of
lines.
nonsense.
Did you come here for hieroglyphics on pictures of sports players? Yeah, you got it.
All right, we can move on now. I think.
Yeah.
Let's
All right.
talk about single ply for a little bit.
Okay.
Drew, what's your experience with single ply? And
Okay,
we'll give our
so-
opinions on it in general.
I gave single ply a shot because, like, at one point I just wanted to squat 1,000 pounds, and like I didn't care how I had to do it. Like I just wanted to do it. So I figured, like, if I get into geared lifting, that'll be easy, right? I can just squat 1,000 pounds pretty easily in gear. So I got like a suit, I got a shirt, and it's not for me. Like, no hate towards anyone that's on single ply. It's just not for me. I couldn't stand trying to fucking get into it every single training day. Like, it'd take like 15 minutes just to put on the fucking shit. And like, I'm probably the geared lifters listening to this. So I was like, yeah, like obviously, like that's just what you do. But for me, I only did it for like a month and a half. It just took too long to get in the gear. It fucking hurts, and like I have to think about too many things. And like I'm a bro lifter at heart, so like I just like going in the gym, warming up and lifting and like getting out. Like I don't want to have to spend so much time like with the gear and like trying to think about how to squat again. It wasn't for me. It hurt. I didn't like it.
I can definitely say I respect it way more than multiply, and I think it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like. Conceptually, I think of it as a dude just putting on a giant knee sleeve all over his body. It's just like, okay, it's not like you're, you're doing anything too crazy. And
It
it's
helps
kinda cool.
though. It like you can feel it, especially like deadlifting. It's like you'll like bend over to deadlift and you already feel the suit. It's like, no, dude, we got to get up. Like you can't bend over and grab the bar right now. We have to stand up right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
There was one time though.
See, I'll
I
never be able to get behind a sport where you squat twice your deadlift and bench over 1,000 pounds. It just, I'm not conceptually able to wrap my head around how that makes sense, regardless of gear.
And there's obviously the whole depth thing. I think like at this point, like if you deny that, like you're like a fool. Like it's very obvious that there's like a. Oh, we just lost.
With
Dylan.
single ply lifters, I just kind of see that. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying, with single ply, the depth issue is not nearly as bad as multiply. Like, it's not great. Even wrapped squatting depths can be kind of rough. But it's not too bad. When I see like IPF single ply, it looks pretty good to me. But multiply lifting is just a mess.
Yeah, I was about like.
Well, I'll be
IPF
fair
single
here,
plies-
and I'll say like
You go ahead, Jack.
Dave Hoff's his 3,014 pound total, his squat it was high, but it was not nearly as bad as like that one guy in like the 10-person federation who squatted like the world record equipped thing.
Wait, there was a
Like
10-person
Dave Hoff
federation?
was like inches away. I'm making a joke. It was like so small and underheard, and like this guy went down like 8 inches, shot back up, and they counted it, and it was ridiculous.
Nice.
I also will say that if multiply had people hit like actual powerlifting depth, the amount of knees exploding you'd see every meet would be insane. They'd literally miss groove and just it'd be all over. They'd fold to one side and it's over. They're dead. Like, have you seen the video of Mark Bell when his knee caves in on a squat?
Yes, I watch that often.
Yeah, if people hit depth all the time in multiply, that's what would happen probably every meet.
Yeah, like one slight like you said, one slight misgroove would the dude's just gonna fly forward. Torn ACL, torn MCL, all the above. But there was one
Can I
time
just ask you to clarify what you meant by I watch that often?
I watch
just,
I
like, dial
sometimes
that
I just
video
like
up
I
for
want to watch.
motivation?
Yeah, no, not motivation. I'm just like, oh, I want to fucking watch because I like listening to him talk through it, and then I also like watching
Okay.
him. I like watching the catastrophe. There's something in my brain that tells me I have to watch a catastrophe every once in a while.
God.
Fair enough.
But there was one time when I was trying to get out of a squat suit. I was like in the bathroom at the gym, and I was in there for like
Oh boy.
probably like 20 minutes with the things around my thigh, like the suit around my thighs, just trying to get it off. And I was like, I almost like started crying because I was like just in there alone and I couldn't get it off my shit. And I was just like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I can't do this. I was just like, I was struggling so hard, dude. I literally felt
That
like
gave
crying.
me a meme idea.
I felt
Have you,
so
have you guys
defeated.
have you guys seen that video of the girl who puts on like 50 shirts at once and then tries
Yes.
to take them off? And she's like, I can't get them off. And starts like crying and super late.
That
I
was
just want
me.
to take that video and then just put the trying to take your suit off when you go to the bathroom. Tag you in there.
That was me. That was legit me. Like I almost cried because I was so scared. I thought I was gonna have to cut it off.
See,
Yeah,
I
the
sweat
shit-
like
the shit you're
crazy,
saying.
and I've gotten stuck in tight shirts before. Like straight up, I start to get them off my head, and then they're just like trapped around my shoulders. But now I don't have the leverage to get my arms out and try and grab them. So, yeah, I actually had to ask my roommate to try and help me one time. He refused.
That reminds.
Asshole. Just cut that shit
That's-
out.
That's like when I was a little kid, and I thought my hamper was full, so I went to sit on it, but like it was just like some stuff at the top. So I sank and I folded in on myself.
Was it a deep hamper? Was it like a long one?
It was, dude, like my head and like sticking
Oh,
out. That was it, and like my legs were up there too. So I'm crying. Everyone's working on the other side of the house, so no one knows I'm here. My sister, 10 minutes later, my sister's in the doorway, and the first thing she asked me is, "Where's your iPod?" She records me for like 2 minutes, begging her, and like tears going down my face. And the last thing I go, "Please," with a cherry on top, just get me out. And then she just kicks the hamper over, and that's how I got out.
Your
So
sister
we're
is
gonna
a
need that
amazing.
video ASAP.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that video. And your sister
Showed
is
it
a
to everyone at
savage.
church. She showed it to everyone.
Does she have it still?
The iPod like got broken,
Damn it, I
so
wanted to see
it's
it.
gone forever.
Find it.
That's fucking
I'd
funny.
say the
though.
biggest, yeah. I think the biggest downside for equipped lifting and why I would never do it is because I don't want to spend 4 hours doing a bench workout. The amount of time I see equipped lifters take in the gym, it's just like, oh God, what do you do with your life? How could you do? You get off your trade job working as a plumber or electrician or whatever, because that's what they all do apparently, and they just and then you go in at 6:30 and decide to lift for 4 hours and then go home. I wondered if Karen took the kids. God damn.
You said that's what they all do. When you go to do a meet in multiply, they have to see your employment history, and if there's no construction or like electrical there, they're like, nope, you gotta go raw, dude.
Get out. At least shave your head or
Dylan
get out
can't
of
run
here.
for office ever now. Dylan can't run for political office now. He just shit on the entire blue collar community. Every single one of them.
I never said it was a
He's
bad
totally
thing.
pissed off.
I never said it was a bad thing.
Yeah, all he said was all electricians do multiply. That's all he said.
Oh, I said all.
Nah, man, there was those
I said all
undertones.
multiplayer lifters are definitely trade workers.
I know,
And
I
that's a
was
fact.
misquoting you. I misquoted you on purpose.
No, oh God,
You just called them
their
all
first
bitches,
flight
man.
must take a whole day. What?
I just said you called them all bitches, man. You said
No,
it right here. We all heard you.
No, I didn't.
No,
When
you
did I
didn't.
say that?
He did it. He did it. He did
I
it.
know, it's just fun putting words in your
No,
mouth.
I know.
All right, you got
Someone's gonna
another
edit that out.
probably.
Alright, fellas.
You got another one, Dylan?
All right. So yeah, let's talk about annoying things that each powerlifting fed does. So I've only competed in one powerlifting federation, so I can only speak
Same.
for the USPA. But Jacob, I know that you've been in the USAPL, so we can talk about the differences.
Are there any annoying things that the
For record, I've
USAPL
done one
does?
meet. Aside from cancel or delay or move all of the meets I signed up for in the past year,
Is this pre-COVID?
long pauses on bench. No, this was like right at the beginning of COVID. Like I had one at the end of April that just got delayed till July. And I mean, I didn't know at the time COVID was going to last through July. I was supposed to go out of the country. So I was like, I can't do that. So I had to cancel that meet. And then I signed up for another one. And it was supposed to be like beginning of August, I think. Or end of July. I don't remember. And so many people were scared of the new like procedures because they were going to try and do this outside, and they were going to have to try and social distance and wear masks at the meet. So apparently enough people didn't show up for them to make a profit, so they just canceled that one outright. I was able to get my money back, so props. Well, that's not USAPL. They didn't have to give me my money back. That was all. I forget the meet coordinator's name, but great
That's
guy.
pretty cool,
He
though.
did the meet I did last year, and I thoroughly enjoyed that meet. I mean, I got some long pauses on bench, but that's USAPL.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have shit stability off my chest, I probably would have gotten a quicker call.
Do you have things that bother you, Dylan, that the USPA does? I can't really think of anything.
The only thing I can think of is the fact that they will hold a meet literally anywhere. I've had meets in like a gym in VMI, and they put the warm-up room down 3 flights of stairs.
Oh.
It was just the locations I've been for USPA meets is ridiculous, and it might just be based on it might be because of the East Coast is just a lot more sparsely populated than the West in some areas.
Yeah.
But like, I've done crafting meets in really crappy CrossFit gyms where they have no there's barely any equipment to warm up with, to share bars, and it's just like it's like a bit of a mess. So they don't really pick their locations that well. But that's the only thing I can really think of, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, and every meet I've ever been to was run by that Johnny guy who started that other.
Oh, fucking USPC.
Yeah, every meet I had been to, it was run by him, and now I'm just like, wow, I was around to that for the past few.
Did he touch you?
Oh God, we're going there.
His wife might have tried.
The USPA meets on the West Coast, I've been to plenty, and they've always been like very well run, like good places they do it at. Like even if it is like a CrossFit gym, they always figure it out. Like they always figure out how to make it good. The thing that makes them bad, and it's not even the USPA's fault. It's just like too many people in the warm up area. I don't know if that's a problem on the East Coast, but yeah, like they'll have like all their friends back there, like all fucking 16 of them are handling like one person, and everyone's got cameras and like fucking food and shit everywhere. But that's not the USPA's fault. I can imagine it.
Yeah, I can imagine on the West Coast, especially. You lived in the LA area, right?
Yeah.
Before you moved.
Yeah.
I can imagine everyone there wants to be an influencer and is recording every single thing they do and vlogging and all that random crap. No one does that over here, but I can imagine that could get super annoying quick.
Yeah.
15 different camera angles. You're trying to walk around. Everyone's talking to their phone.
Hey, and I'm guilty of that. Like I used to live a cringe life. Like I'll admit that. But I didn't have like 15 people back there in the warm up room. It was just me with the camera. But
I think overcrowded warm-up rooms is a problem with every federation and every meet except for like the nationals. Because like
it's just
there's so many people and they're in one gym, which isn't meant to accommodate all those people trying to lift at the same time. Like at the meet I went to last year, I had to warm up my bench with a very thick squat bar just because it was the only barbell left. And I also had to deal with the ridicule of people who just didn't care coming up like, hey, it's a squat bar, right?
One thing about the USAPL, that bothered me. That I don't compete USAPL, but just outside looking in, I think it's kind of shitty that their like list of approved gear is very small, and from my understanding, it's very expensive to get your gear approved, and it's like very limiting towards the members of USAPL as to like what pieces of equipment they can use. When federations like USPA, APF, they make it like very easy for companies to submit their equipment in to get it approved.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a reason for that.
Everyone uses SBD.
Yeah.
I mean, the IPF always has higher standards for everything, and they try to because they're trying so hard to be a legit sport. They want to like be seen on the same league as like Olympic sports and stuff like that. That's the main goals of the IPF, which I think is a little silly because I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. But yeah, even the fact that like you have to use a certain company and stuff like that is a bit ridiculous. I think there should just be like equipment standards that exist, and you just look, and a judge should be able to look at your equipment and tell you whether or not it hits the standard or not.
Yeah, I agree too. Like you should
like
be able to
what
just
brand you use is kind of silly.
like just make your own knee sleeve, and as long as it fits
If you want, yeah,
the millimeters and the diameter, then like you should be able to use
exactly.
it. Material.
Yeah, I mean like it's not that hard.
I don't know. Well, how do you know? How do you know somebody's using like a more supportive material? Like if someone were to make their own knee sleeve, maybe that's why they have it. Like the material, because like you can make a knee sleeve out of anything, right?
Yeah, you can't really prove someone
Yeah,
didn't
but
just
you
come in with like a Kevlar knee sleeve.
Yeah,
You can check the material. I mean, if you know what you're looking for, you can tell what material is being used.
Fair.
I think it would take a lot of time to actually train the judges properly to know what they're looking at. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's probably easier the way they already do it, and that's why they do it. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of.
I also if it is monetary, or well, financial rather. They probably have deals with various companies.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure they get money from SBD.
Yeah. Well, they have to pay in order to even submit their designs and their equipment. So I know for a fact there's money involved. But that's just a way for the federation to make money. Like they have to make money somehow, you know?
Yeah.
F in chat for Mark Bell's X sleeves that got denied. He lost a lot of money on that, I heard. Like,
I think he'll be alright.
Yeah, he's got the slingshot.
You gonna buy his bicep board, boys?
He's about to make $1 million off of a charcuterie board with a hole in it.
I will
think
not
that may
be
the most
purchasing.
dumb fitness design I've ever seen.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, you can't even do bicep curls with proper ROM, so that's already out. Like,
I think it's based on like the idea that you get a better contraction if your wrist is like in this position, right?
Yeah, you get a better
just
contraction.
hold the dumbbells like that.
No, but you get a better contraction when you open your palm.
Is that true?
So if you've ever like taken a cable and opened your palm up, you can get a better contraction from what I've felt, at least. Like that's completely anecdotal, and I've heard it from other bodybuilders, but you can get a much better contraction, in my opinion, from like opening your hands up.
Now.
Like sometimes on dumbbells, I'll just hold it in my palms and press like that, and I'll feel it in my triceps way more.
Really?
But like, I don't get why you'd put the board design in there when you could just roll the dumbbells down into your fingertips a little and also get grip work out of it.
You don't need to use a board. I've been opening my hands on certain exercises for a while, and it's not, and especially if it's a machine, like it's not gonna fall on you. Just open your hand up and push. Like,
Right. I mean, it really helps if you're training to serve at McDonald's.
I've been lifting for 7 years, and I've never once thought to like open my hands while pressing or curling anything. You just,
there's a lot of weird small things that bodybuilders do, and whether or not they actually do anything is debatable. But that's the anecdotal evidence that people have said. So, might as well do it. It's not going to harm anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I'm not going to comment on this. Better. I'm not going to comment on this because Mark Bell reposted my meme with credit on the board.
That's true.
I owe it to him to not.
The
He's
underground
better
meme
than
gang.
powerlifting motivation.
Yeah, we got in on Mark
Shout
Bell's
out to Mark
page.
Bell for clean reposts.
Memes to depth. Hell yeah. Congratulations, by the way. That's huge.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm half
After
and
I
half.
tagged
with
him in the
Mark.
Mark Bell meal preps, and it was just fryer oil in a bag. I don't think I'm going anywhere.
So I think talking about memeing, we can go right into what it's to shadow bans and how that works for meme pages and
Okay.
content creators.
Let's let Jack take this, because Jack's got some breaking news.
Let's lead the charge.
Suffering.
Okay, so like I just open my app and I look at my reach because like I've been a little superstitious about that, and it says like 2% of non-followers see it compared to other ones where it's like 80%, and I'm like, that's not good. So I go to like later I like try to post a meme, and like I read like I'm shadow banned right now, takes out everything in the caption, and then I look, I can't like stuff, I can't comment stuff. I'm kind of just, I don't know what I did to deserve this because I've never posted like an NSFW meme in my life. All of my memes like you could open in church. So, so I like I
That
don't.
should be in your
don't
bio,
know
dude.
why this happened.
Yeah, safe
Safe memes
for
in
church. Yes.
Turn on post notifications. You can watch these in church.
Yeah, man. But your pastor can pull up my meme page.
I can't say the same thing about mine. So
Oh, me neither.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think Drew can definitely say the same
Drew
thing about
Drew
his.
definitely can't.
I've been S-worded a lot. And I deserve
Oh,
it sometimes. Sometimes I deserve it. You know, I get too bold with the anime titties, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's like it's nothing. But I've been shadow banned a lot.
I've been shadow banned a few times. Thing is, it stopped happening once I like complained about it a few times to the help. So all I did was go to the help section, go something isn't working, and say, I have lost X percentage of engagement over the past few days. I have not posted anything that got taken down or banned. So my engagement is not working properly. And that's all I said. I just said that it's gone down for seemingly no reason, and they fixed it within like a day.
Yeah.
I was
did that
desperate,
too.
man. I signed mine.
Pleading?
I went thanks, comma, and I underscored, then I hit space, and I read it out. Thanks, Jack
Dude.
Trone. Like I used my real name and everything. And I'm a real person, guys.
You
Please.
gotta understand this. These are like sweatshops in countries, and people are just answering help every 5 seconds, and they gotta just, what's the problem? What do I need to fix? And just they will take care of it pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're just
it's
reading
usually
a script.
just it's usually just the algorithm that's made a mistake.
Mhm.
So it takes keywords and subjects, and it says, okay, what have we banned in the past, and how does this line up? And if it accidentally lines up, or it seems like it's spam because of hashtags or something like that, then it'll flag you. So all you gotta do basically is go talk to an actual person, and they can fix it pretty quickly. What I would try real quick too is put in another report and just say that your engagement is down, and then take out your hashtags for a little bit, because if you're using the same hashtag over and over again, that can get you flagged for spam.
Yeah, I stopped
take those
using
out.
hashtags
No,
altogether.
dude.
Take those out,
I
and if you're gonna use hashtags, you gotta change them up.
I used the same hashtags like 4 times in like 4 hours.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you can't
that'll
do
do
that.
it.
Because like
Yeah,
my
I'll do
posting
that.
schedule is a little messed up, and I think if that's the reason.
It's probably the
I was
reason.
just I had meme block for like most of the day, and at the end of the night I was like, oh yeah, that's funny. Put that out, and I was like, I can't post the rest out by tonight if I don't just post them like close to each other. And yeah,
I know a weird amount about the Instagram algorithm because I've just been doing this a while, and like things have been messed up, and I'm like trying to figure out how to make it work. So the changing your hashtags will help, and then doing the report will also help.
See, I gotta put in a report just because like every other one of my memes gets like 2% of its engagement from non-followers. I'm like, wow, this is bad.
Yeah.
And I always just attributed it to the fact that I make shit memes and I don't post at good times.
No, you're
But
1,000% shadow banned, dude.
Yeah, there's something about. So what kind of is it? A specific type of post that gets taken down?
Good ones.
Okay. Well, because sometimes
Every
certain
single meme I enjoy.
right.
If it brought
So
me and people I like happiness, it got shadow banned.
yeah, I know Apple does this. I don't know if Instagram does this, but they can figure out the subject of your image just based on what it looks like. They don't need to see any words. So if it's following into if it falls into a certain subject that they have you shadow banned with, like that might be what you need to fix. Just say your engagement's down, and they'll probably disappear within like a few hours.
Good to know.
I was upset because it was like I was really excited for that meme. The I spilled protein powder on the bed again.
That one was funny. That was good.
And I was really
the protein powder again.
I was really excited for that, but yeah, that was the one like
It's
the
just
hammer really came down on me for.
flopped.
Yeah. So, Jack, I would take the This happened to me a few times. One post wasn't doing really well. I would take the hashtags off, refresh it, and the engagement would go back up again within a day. So see if that works.
Alrighty. I've been using like the same hashtags for like a year now.
Nah,
Yeah,
you
that'll
gotta
definitely
So-
get you.
Yeah.
When
It's just so
was-
easy to just copy and paste them on the next one.
When I was using hashtags, I had like 4 different sets of hashtags, and I would like cycle through them. But since I've been getting shadow banned so much, I just gave up on hashtags completely. I never use them.
I just stopped using them because I wasn't seeing any difference in engagement whatsoever from them.
That
So
too.
they basically became useless. So I'm just like, okay, these are take time to do. I don't feel like it. Took them out.
What I noticed is when I had hashtags in, I wouldn't show up on Explore, but I would show up through the hashtags. And then when I took the hashtags out, I just showed up on Explore. So I figured like, okay, I just won't have them anymore.
All right, so let's talk about joint angle requirements for bench. So some people think that to lessen quote unquote cheating on bench and to make bench more of a upper body lift and not just a technique lift, there should be a requirement for joint angles on bench where like they have to reach a certain joint angle, otherwise it doesn't count. Similar to how they do depth on squats. And basically they want to get rid of everyone who does a super big arch and does like this. It's world records because that personally offends them for whatever reason.
The Sean Noriega haters have come out of the woodworks. That's who I think this rule was proposed by. Just everybody that hates Sean.
I'm sure.
The very stupid notion that decreasing ROM immediately makes you stronger because people like just tend to ignore the different leverages and such.
Yeah.
All the biggest benchers in the world don't bench like that. So it doesn't offer an advantage for everybody. Julius Maddox doesn't bench with a super wide grip. He basically benches right at the end of the knurling. And he drives his elbows really tucked in and back. And it's not even like an efficient way to lift, but he does it and it's perfect for him. So I don't think trying to set an exact form standard for bench is going to be beneficial at all.
Yeah.
And I think all it's going to do is make people feel better who aren't that good at bench anyways.
I think the way it's set up now is perfect. Like like literally nothing needs to change.
The vast
I mean, what are we
majority
going
of
to
people
do? Have someone...
The vast majority of people aren't going to see a huge explosion in their bench instantly trying to bench like Sean Noriega, because for the vast majority of people, it is going to take longer to be able to develop that range of motion in the upper back than it is to just get stronger on bench.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have the mobility to arch like that if I want to, and I can do that super wide grip. It doesn't do anything for me. It's much harder. So it works for some people. It doesn't work for everybody. It's not an automatic advantage. Just like doing a super wide sumo is not going to work for everyone.
I try my hardest to bend my torso in the way that he does, and like I can't get anywhere close to that. So anytime someone's like, "This is cheating," I'm like, "How is it cheating? Nobody can fucking do it but him." Like, so Like,
No, it's not cheating, and it does require strength. And if you see him do close grip Larson press with a flat back, he's only lifting like 100 pounds under his bench max. Like
yeah,
he's strong regardless, and you can tell by looking at him he's strong regardless.
yeah, he's built
It's
like
a ridiculous argument.
He looks like a tool shed, dude. He's just fucking.
It's insane. Yeah. And
Have you seen?
I mean,
that
what are we
man's
gonna
quad?
do
His
to?
quads are huge.
So say they took away the wide grip. Now you have to do a closer grip. He's just gonna arch the same way and still have a tiny ROM. Are people gonna say, "Oh, we need to start regulating arch width or arch size"? Or are we gonna have judges come up with a protractor and be like, "Okay, listen, if you hit like if I can stick my whole arm underneath your belly, it's too much." Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the standards that we have are perfectly fine. I think people are just
We'll
salty that they stuck a bench.
Yeah. I mean, even for me, I can press my arch pretty high, but it's still nothing close to Sean's. And the higher it gets, the less stable my bench gets, and the less consistent my bench gets. Like, there may be one day where I'm able to eke out an extra 20 pounds with another inch of arch. But the very next day, I might drop a good 20 because I couldn't control my elbows just with that much of a decline press.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it fucking.
First time I
is.
tried it,
Yeah.
my back just got shocked. Like it cramped up, something horrible. The first time I even tried it like that.
Oh yeah, the back cramps are fun.
I think people are also salty that they have no technical prowess in the lifts and just have to lift like as easy as possible. They'll do like, I'm gonna do high bar because that's easy, with a relatively narrow grip. I'm gonna do conventional because that's easy. I'm gonna bench close grip, that's easy. And they don't
Wow.
think about the fact that, like, just because these lifts have some sort of technical requirements does not mean that it's cheating. Like, it's ridiculous.
I just got called the fuck out right now.
I
I
mean,
squat high bar
it-
because it's easy.
It's a little bit easier to stay lined up and to maintain your form, but just because somebody can like use a technical advantage. I know these are basic lifts and it's weird to think that they have technical requirements, but they do. Especially at the higher levels.
I have a weird reason why I don't squat low bar anymore, and it's because the racks at my gym, if I were to squat low bar, I would have to set the J cups very low, and it would be like too low for me. And then like the next one up, I can't get in low. I can't. It's too high for me to do low bar. So like I'm like left with the only option to do high bar, and also it's easy. It's easier for me.
Well, I pulled conventional forever just because it was easier.
That's why I switched
You-
from sumo to
Your hips
conventional.
hurt when you pull sumo. It's just
Yeah,
rough, man.
I'm tired of that, dude. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. No, you have to think about 50,000 different things before you pull sumo.
Yeah.
And then you go to conventional depth. You know what? Pick up the bar. And that's what I'm going to do.
Yank
Five
it,
reps.
I'm just gonna
So
stand
what
up.
do you do
with
with this lift? Stand. What else? Stand.
That's it, dude.
Try not to break.
Yo, right there.
In
Zach?
sumo, it's just, oh, well, I got to push my knees out exactly this much. When I set up,
Fine.
I need to pull the slack out at this angle and then wedge my hips down to about this angle. My shoulders should be just a little bit in front of the bar. If they're a little bit behind the bar, I'm just going to drag it into my shins. If they're too much in front of the bar, then I'm going to lose it forward. Now, my knees need to lock at this point, and then my hips need to lock
Yeah,
at this
exactly.
point. And they need to be this close, and if I don't, it all falls apart. And conventional is just stand up.
Yeah, you can get away with a lot of conventional. Like, if you get some advanced techniques on conventional, like it'll make it a lot easier. But a lot of people can get away with just rounding like crazy and just picking up the bar.
Yeah, you can muscle your way
can't do
through a conventional.
You can't do that with sumo. It's gonna get stuck under your thigh. Or it's gonna hook onto your medius, under your quad, and just get stuck there. And it's like, well.
Oh, my quad medius has messed up so many pulls. Just like when my balls dig into it and I start to lose my hook grip. Oh,
Did you say when your
one
balls dig
thing.
into it?
yeah, when my balls wrap around the knurling in the bar, they like to dangle down below the pant leg sometimes. It's because I wear the underwear that has like the cut off legs, you know, the more like tighty whities type. Sometimes the balls like to hang a little below, and if you pull up too aggressively, skin's gonna get wrapped in the knurling. You know, it's not a good feeling. You really gotta always chalk your balls before your pulls. They'll never get stuck to the bar if you chalk them appropriately. Or baby powder, whatever you want.
Oh god.
I have a question actually. I have a question. Okay. I don't even know if I'm using the right no, but no.
Arthur.
Okay, so I don't even know if I'm using the correct term because I'm actually an idiot. But the anabolic window of like consuming protein, like is that just cap, or like is there really like a period of time where you can you explain?
I don't think I've ever hit my anabolic window.
Yeah, muscle protein synthesis is spiked after training for about 24 to 48 hours. So as long as you get enough protein within that window, you're good. Now, the thing is with what your meal timing is, if you want to get enough protein during the day and optimize it, you're going to want to split up your protein into a bunch of meals, because your body can usually only process like 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal properly.
So what you're saying is I'm getting like 80 to 100 grams max a day, no matter how much I eat, because I'm a piece of shit.
No. It's not like it just goes away. It doesn't just disappear when you. But like you process it more optimally at those lower levels, because it's a hard. Right. Out of all the macronutrients, protein is the hardest one to process in the body. It takes the longest time.
Okay.
Well, apparently I'm still processing it like shit because I'm a shit lifter.
So we just debunked that. They were like, you gotta drink your protein shake 30 minutes after you lift, otherwise you will not get gains. That's what
it's honestly
directly into your veins.
Honestly, it's more important. It's honestly more important to get carbs right after you lift to start the healing process. Like not healing, recovery process. It's not really just healing, but like to get to, you don't want to work out and then not eat for an hour afterwards. That's a bad idea. You should eat after a meal, you should get a meal in after a workout, but it doesn't have. You're not gonna like lose your gains if it's not 100 grams of protein in 10 minutes after you work out. You'll be all right.
Okay.
Good to know.
Even like the whole 30 to 40 grams per meal is kind of like iffy. I don't think it matters that much. I think most people don't even get enough protein, period, and I think they should focus on that and stop worrying about the minutia of dieting.
Yeah, I probably don't get enough protein, maybe. But like I've counted before, and I thought like, I'm probably getting like 200 grams in, and I was like barely getting in like 100, like 150. But like I'm not getting any smaller, but I'm also not getting any like bigger. I'm just kind of like staying the same size. So
maintaining weight's pretty easy, though,
boys.
In general.
I hate to do this to y'all, but I do have to step out. My buddy is here from Tennessee, and he's got a small window to see me, and I haven't seen this bitch in forever. I thought he died. So,
okay. Well, yeah,
peace out.
That's the end of the podcast. Like, we made it to an hour. So.
Okay, cool.
All right, we'll go there.
I like hit a little wave, dab, whatever.
Yeah,
what are the kids doing nowadays? Is the dab cool?
Yeah, I think they're still dabbing. Oh. Okay, that's the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. It's been real. We'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.